Good morning. I hope you all slept well last night, and I hope from all that good sleep that you also think well today, okay? Since that's the theme of our devotions this week. And today I want us to look at some positive things that you can do to develop this habit of good thinking. Yesterday we looked at some things that could hinder good thinking, but today we want to look at some things that will help you to think well. And we've already mentioned earlier in the week that a belief in God and a belief in the truth of His Word is really at the foundation of good thinking. But there are some other things that are also important. And if we fail then to value wisdom, we will never seek it. And so it's important then that we value wisdom as something precious in our life. Now, the search for wisdom then really will never begin unless you first have a desire for wisdom. And if you don't see wisdom as precious or valuable, you will never go seeking for it. So ask God then to open your eyes to the infinite value of wisdom in your life. Help Him to see the value of thinking and thinking deeply about the issues of life. Now, if we don't value truth and wisdom, what's going to happen is we will begin to value our own opinions really above truth. And we'll begin to delight in just expressing our opinions to anyone who will listen to our empty ramblings. And Proverbs calls that person a fool. He's not seeking for truth. He just wants to hear his own voice, and he wants to impress you with his opinions that are void of any real understanding of truth. In Proverbs 18:2, we find a description of this man. As we read, "A fool finds no pleasure in understanding, but delights in airing his own opinions." It's kind of like we say, that guy's full of hot air, okay? And the Bible says that person's a fool. Now, in Proverbs 23:12, there it says the wise man applies his heart to instruction and his ears to knowledge. So the wise man is willing to roll up his sleeves and put forth a little effort and use a little elbow grease to really pursue and apply his heart to finding that truth. He's willing to do the disciplined work to discover wisdom and truth. And he's humble enough to know that he doesn't know everything. Now, that's an important principle in your life. If you're going to become wise and you're going to learn how to think, you got to be a little humble along the way. Because if you're not willing to listen and you're not humble enough to hear, you will never bend the knee when wisdom is standing right in front of you. So that wise man then is a man or a woman who the Bible says also is one who loves wisdom above pleasure and who will not accept the first opinion just to have an opinion. Wise people continue to seek until they find the truth they're looking for. So it may entail a bit of a search. They learn from their mistakes instead of defending them to the death. And when they find out they've taken a wrong turn, they back up and they look for the right path. They realize a mistake and they do their best not to repeat it. In Proverbs 26 and verse 11, we read that one of the primary characteristics of a fool is that they repeat mistakes rather than learning from them. There we read, and this is kind of a very picturesque statement here, it says, "As a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats its folly." And if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're not going to learn how to think carefully. Finally, to think clearly, learn how to talk about an idea and let other believers join you in your passionate search for truth and for clear thought. In Proverbs 27 and verse 17, there it says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another." And along with this idea, let me add this: to think clearly, hang out with clear thinkers. Proverbs also has something to say about that. In Proverbs 13:20, we read, "He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm." So in short, wisdom will lead to wisdom, and foolishness will only lead to further foolishness. So hang out with good thinkers. Hang out with good books and good authors, and feed your mind with truth. Anyway, that's as far as we're going to go for this week. So remember this. If you're careless with your mind, you are not living up to all of the potential that God has placed within you. So, Christian, learn to think. And as you do, your life will be blessed, and you will become a blessing to others, and God will be glorified in the mind and the life that you have offered up to Him. So have a great weekend. God bless in the meantime, and never, 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 never stop thinking. Bye for now. God bless.